What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at ya with some more Lords Mobile. So today is day 9 of the free-to-play gold hyper account. I thought I'd pop on here and give you your weekly update as to how things are going. Things have been going pretty well indeed, considering that nothing's actually gone into this as far as cash is concerned. You know, the actual account's growing quite nicely. It's producing a good amount of gold, and it's producing a lot of timber as well, because I've doubled it up as a timber stroke gold farm. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is just do a brief account overview and show you where it's come since the previous video. I think it's quite good actually doing these weekly updates because it's a free-to-play account. Things do move a little bit slower, so if I was doing an update any sooner than that, I think I wouldn't have much to tell you, really. So, no, lots changed since the last video, which I'm just going to go through with you now. So, first of all, let's just go over to this side of the turf, and you will see that I haven't built a battle hall, a prison, or an embassy. There really isn't no need. I'm not going to be capturing any heroes anytime soon in this account. I'm most certainly not going to be running no rallies, and I don't need reinforcements on here. So, to be honest with you, waste of resources, waste of speed ups, and time more than anything. I don't need any of those buildings, so they will stay blank. Let's go across and see what else we've got. So the standard RSS buildings and the main ones that you build at the start, and then we've got the timber farm. So everything's a timber building. At the moment it's level 8, working on level 7s over here to get them up to 8. And you'll notice I've kept it as level 9. I mean, I can upgrade the castle at this point, but I've decided to hold off just for the moment. I've got all of the manors at level 9, which took a bit of time, but got them all to level 9. And I'm going to do the same with the timber. And then I'll look at possibly upgrading the castle to level 10. The reason I'm a bit hesitant at doing it just now is because at 10, your leader can get captured. They can't be executed, but they can still be captured. And most of the people that capture the leaders, especially if a big guy gets hold of it, regardless whether he can kill it or not, they don't normally let them go. So, and I really want to keep my leader because he's given me some gold production boosts. So yeah, C9 for the moment until I can upgrade my heroes, get them up to a good level, get a good solid 5 team, and then when I go to level 10, I can go in the Colosseum and, you know, try and get myself up in rank on that to enable me to get some free gems. And with those free gems, I will most likely use them to buy shields. So yeah, I want to try and get this account, you know, working for itself to keep itself defended. And in the meantime, I can just shelter my hero and the few troops that I've got. And if they do come out of there, when if I miss it, if I'm late coming online, and they do come out of the shelter and I'm attacked, then I ain't got to worry too much about it because, like I say, at C9, I can't get captured. So it's a good level to be at, you know, when you're working on your turf and trying to get the buildings and hero levels up without having to worry too much. So yeah, what I've done was with this particular army I've got, it's not big, 14,252, comprising of some T1 and some T2. I did have some grunts, but they're all dead. The reason they're all dead is because of skirmish 7. Now, I can tell you now, because I didn't even know this. I always thought I had to get T2s to be able to do skirmish 5 and 6. It's not the case. I was able to do all the skirmishes with T1 troops until I got to skirmish 7, the incinerator one. I sent my T1 in there, and literally, see that lava hole in the middle of that rock? That's where they fell. And they didn't come back out. They got absolutely pasted in there. Not good. It was a bloodbath. So I thought to myself, okay, alright, I need to get this open because I needed the extra 4 manors. So I went and done some research, got some T2s, and went back in there. It still took me about 7 or 8 goes because I just didn't want to build a big army on this account. You know, I didn't want to take the time to build troops to do that. So I just kept hitting it and chipping away at it. And eventually, I got the upper hand and I beat it. And I was able to build the last 4 manors, which is pretty good going. Quite happy with that, considering the size of the army. I think 565,000 might, with hardly any T2 to have all the skirmishes open, apart from skirmish 8, because Altar, Labyrinth, don't need it, it's fine. Maybe Labyrinth later on, but for the moment I'm really not fussed about that, because I won't be getting any lucky stars unless I get them from the monsters, and yeah, I'm not fussed, it's cool. So anyway, let's have a look at the manors. So at the moment, I'm producing 15,000 gold per hour. 663,000 is what I can total storage in my manors, which is pretty good for level 9 anyway. That would definitely go up once we get the higher levels. Looking at the timber, I'm actually quite impressed with this for considering they're just level 8s. 52,915 per hour, so it's almost 1,000 a minute, which is pretty good. And 1,454,000 total storage. So again, like I said before, go into your account once or twice a day, update any researches or constructions, make sure you send any excess resources over to your main account or to your guild friends, because at level 9 my vault is only holding 550,000, so you know I don't want to have 1.4 million sitting in here. It gets hit and we lose automatically almost 1 million wood. You know, that can go to someone's construction or research. So yeah, make sure you come in regularly and move the RSS about until such time as you can constantly shield it, and then you ain't got to worry. So yeah, that's how the RSS buildings and manors are looking. Pretty happy with that progress so far for 9 days in. Let's look at heroes. So heroes, I'm focusing on Soul Forger because of his gold production, and I'm focusing on Incinerator because of her timber production. Have I swept for any incinerator badges? I have swept for some incinerator badges. It will come out. So I've swept for some incinerator badges. I've got Soul Forger up to green. I'm gonna work at getting Soul Forger up to blue, I think, and then I'll do incinerator and get her up to blue. So I'm just gonna work on them together. Work on one for a bit and then one on the other. So yeah, they're the main two that I want. Obviously, if you are a free-to-play player and you're setting up a new account, these might not be the heroes you want to focus on initially. If you're gonna set up a brand new free-to-play account, I would most definitely suggest that you research or sweep, should I say, for Trickster because of his research boost and his monster hunting boosts as well. They're invaluable to a free-to-play player, so that should definitely be your first hero that you get to gold. But again, it just depends on what type of account you're going to be setting up. As you know, this is a gold hyper farm and timber, so I've chosen particular heroes. I mean, if I was going to be doing stone, for example, then I would choose someone like Death Knight, because Death Knight's got awesome stone production. So I would have worked my way through the hero stages to get to him to unlock that. And it's the same with all the other RSS as well. You know, if you want to do ore or if you want to do food, there are heroes that do those things as well. So it's just a case of, you know, finding the right heroes for you and for your setup, really. So yeah, that's how the heroes are looking, which is pretty darn good. Looking at equipment, I've done some upgrades on that. We've got now 2 or 3 blue pieces of equipment. The Ancient Hourglass is now blue, which is given a 10.55% gold production rate boost, and also a nice little research boost. Although, to be fair, for what I'm doing, there isn't much research that needs to be done. The Dwarven Toe Guards, 7.5% are blue now, which is good. And I've also been levelling up the Helmet of Conquest. I can't wear it. I've not been able to wear it for a while, but I thought I might as well level it up. So it's ready for when I hit level 35, which, to be fair, isn't going to be too long, because I am currently at level 34. So hopefully when I come back to you next week with a new update on this account, I should have the Helmet of Conquest equipped, and we can see what kind of difference that's making to the account. In fact, I'm going to show you quickly just what difference this gear does make. So just with these 2 pieces. So at the moment, 66300 is your storage. Now, that doesn't change. You never boost your storage unless you're doing research. I think in some researches you can boost the amount you can store. But what the gear's for, what the heroes are for, is to get to that 663 quicker. So at the moment it's 15,000. So let's take off the gear and see what kind of difference it's making. I think it's going to make a big difference, considering it's 10% there and 7% there. It's like 17-18%. Let's have a look. So it's 15,000 now. 13,172. So almost 2,000 of that production was just from those 2 gear pieces. So when I get the Helmet of Conquest on, it should make a nice difference. And again, there are some other pieces that I need to build. A couple of them are a bit awkward to do because they do require the ultra rare materials, but I'm going to do my best to, you know, hunt monsters and, you know, try and take part as best I can with this account in Guildfest, and just see if I can maybe access some of those more awkward to get to pieces just to boost the gold production up. There is also a main hand weapon that I can get, which does the timber, because when I looked, there is no gold production main hand weapon. Let's just pop it on gold production again. Use your filters if you're looking for something specific, it always helps. Yeah, so if I go to gold production and go to main hand, there's no main hand. So I was thinking, well, if I haven't got a gold production main hand, maybe I can get a main hand that does the timber, because I'm also a timber farm. It makes sense to me. So I had a look to see what there was, and I was kind of fingers crossed at this point, because, you know, I don't know everything. I can't remember every single stat in the game. So I was like, is there going to be a free-to-play or a relatively easy weapon to get that has timber production? Fingers crossed, let's do search and see what comes up. And I was horrified when I saw it was the Wimrod, which is a level 50 weapon, but not just that, it requires ultra rares, 2 of the orbs. Now the orbs, yeah, I mean, I've got them on drops. I have got them on drops. I have hit worms on the map and got those orbs in drops. I don't think, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the orbs are the hardest ones to get hold of. I don't think they are, especially considering I've got them off of monsters. So I'm hoping, even if I can just get a grey Wormrod giving me an 8% timber production boost, I will be over the moon. But it's not going to happen anytime just yet. It's not. But I've got quite a lot of the other materials because we've just had a monster event and I've been hunting worms because I was trying to get it. But yeah, I didn't get it this time around. But next time the worms come around, I'm saving up my hero energy that I get from gifts and whatnot. And next time the worms come out, I'm going to attack them and see if I can maybe get that Wormrod unlocked, which would be really cool. So yeah, that's basically it for this video, I think. I mean, I think I've overviewed most of everything that's on here. We've gone through research, we've gone through equipment, talked about the army that I've got, the skirmishes that were done. Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the way the account's going for the first 9 days of running it. Obviously, I have got a main account, so I've been on there most of the time. So I just literally pop on here 2 or 3 times a day, reset some timers. And if you're just patient like that, you know, if you're patient, I think it's worth waiting before you start packing up. You know, before you start gemming up, just go with the flow on a new kingdom. If you join a new kingdom on a new account, just go with the flow for the first couple of weeks. There's no need to gem up. Why do it when you can spend 2 weeks just chilling, you know, enjoying, you know, getting some gifts, building up your buildings. You know, it does help. And when you get to that point where you get to the line, there's a line where it says you need to gem now, because you get to that line and it's like, okay, unless I'm prepared to wait months, possibly years, it gets to the point where if you want to, you know, be a certain person in the game, you have to gem, and that's just the way it is. You know, that's the way it is. So yeah, I think I'm nowhere near that line yet, and it's been 9 days, so I'm really enjoying it. And even if I do get to that line, this is going to be a completely free-to-play account because I want to really just show you guys what can be done. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed the update this week. I think the weekly updates are going to, like I say, are going to be best, because otherwise I'll be finding it hard to tell you what kind of progress has been made. So a week's a good time. If you have not already subscribed, please do subscribe. It does help me a lot, and it gives me the motivation to give you content on a regular basis. And don't forget to leave a like, because that's always nice too. For now, peace out and take care.